These holy innocents were called to die for Christ much before they reached their age of reason and choice. My dear brothers and sisters, in today's Gospel Feast of the Holy Innocents, the angel warned Joseph about the plan of Herod to destroy their child. They were able to elude Herod. Deceived by the Magi, Herod decided to massacre all male children under 2 years old. Matthew noted that it was the fulfillment of the prophecy of the prophet Jeremiah. 3 days into the season of Christmas, and here we remember the death not only of a child but so many. In a way, they died for the child Jesus. Thus, even before Jesus died for them, they already died for him. Those children were martyrs. Again, God's plan prevails. Jesus had to be born and grow to fulfill his mission. My dear brothers and sisters, unfortunately, many children still die today. They die not anymore for the Lord, but for their parents and those involved in their murders in the form of abortion. We know well that holy innocents continue to be killed in our world through abortion. And here too, it is most often fear that drives the killing. How will the baby be afforded? What changes will this baby bring that I cannot take? Perhaps the prenatal tests show a possible defect. I cannot deal with this. How will this pregnancy affect my career? And society says, what of poverty? What of overpopulation? What of deformity? How can we collectively handle all this? Ultimately, we seek to serve our selfish motives at the cost of others, especially the innocents. And through our honoring of them today and worship of God, we seek to atone for the many sins against human life, beginning with abortion and including other forms of murder and euthanasia, disregard for the safety and dignity of others, mistreatment and indifference to the plight of others, and all other sins against life. These holy innocents were called to die for Christ much before they reached their age of reason and choice. We too have taken upon ourselves in the sacrament of confirmation the responsibility to stand for Christ even to the extent of dying a martyr's death. Sadly, we choose to live selfishly for ourselves. This feast is an opportunity for us to think of our life and its responsibility. St. Paul, in his letter to the Philippians, chapter 1, verses 20 to 21 says, "For me, to live is Christ, and to die is gain. Christ will be exalted through my person, whether I live or die. Amen."